Okay, hello mga kawawmat, hello students. So today we will have a review session for the term examination 1, no? So I'll give you 60 items questions para ma-recall natin, no, yung mga questions na possible na ibigay sa inyo bukas for the term examination. So for question number 1, how much is the weekly wage of an employee with an annual salary of 468,000 pesos? So assuming 52 weeks in a year. So we all know naman, no, ang gagawin lang natin is i-divide, no, yung annual salary sa 52 weeks kasi ang pinapakuha lang is yung weekly wage. So what will be the answer? It's 9,000, no? What you're going to do is divide the 468,000 divided by 52. So the answer is letter B, 9,000 pesos. For question number 2, how much overtime pay is earned by a worker with a basic hourly rate of 120 pesos who works 5 overtime hours at 125% of the regular hourly rate? So ano bang ginagawa dyan? Una, you need to compute first kung magkano yung overtime rate niya. So what you're going to do is 120 times 1.25 kasi 125%. So i-multiply mo muna 120 times 1.25 kung ano yung sagot doon kasi dapat ang overtime rate mo ay mas mataas sa regular rate na 120 pesos. So, once na na-compute mo, i-multiply mo ngayon sa 5 hours na OT mo. So, ano kaya ang sagot? So, the correct answer is letter C. So, una, overtime rate, 120 times 1.25. Yung sagot natin ay 150. And then, since may 5 oras kang overtime, 150 times 5, 750 pesos. An employee works 40 regular hours at 120 pesos per hour and 4 overtime hours at 1.25 times the regular hourly rate. What are the employees' total weekly earnings? So, ang gagawin naman natin dito, i-add natin yung overtime pay niya dun sa regular pay. So, compute nyo muna yung regular pay niya, which is 40 times 120. And then, gawin nyo yung ginawa natin kanina sa question number 2. Kunin mo na ulit yung overtime rate. And then, i-multiply sa 4 hours. Kung ano yung sagot doon, i-add doon sa sagot natin sa 40 times 120. So, 40 times 120, that is 4,800. So, ito yung regular pay niya. So, sa loob ng isang linggo, ang regular pay niya ay 4,800. Ngayon, meron siyang 4 na oras na overtime. So, 120, 4 times, pwedeng diretso na rin, no? Pag kinumpute nyo. 4 times 120 times 1.25 is 600. So, 4,800 plus 5,400 plus 600, the answer is 5,400. So, ibig sabihin, ang total weekly earnings ni nung isang employee na yon ay 5,400. Letter B ang sagot natin. Number 4, an employee earns a gross income of 18,000. So kapag sinabi natin gross income, hindi pa kasali dyan, yun yung kabuong kita niya. Kasama yung mga commission, mga allowances, wala pa dyan yung mga deduction, yung tax, wala pa, no? So if the deductions are 10% withholding tax, 600 pesos SSS, and 400 pesos PhilHealth. What is the employee's net pay? Okay, so una, kunin muna natin yung 10% ng 18,000. So that is 1,800. And then, add na natin lahat ng total deduction kasi pinapakuha natin sa inyo yung net pay. Di ba yung net pay, yan yung malinis na. Tanggal na lahat ng mga deductions. So yan na yung makukuha mong pera. Matitake home mo. So, 1,800 plus yung 600 na SSS plus 400 na PhilHealth. So, add mo lang lahat yan. Ang total ay 2,800. So, magkano ngayong gross income? 18,000 minus 2,800. So, yung net pay mo ay 15,200 pesos. So, letter B. Number 5, a salesperson earns a 6% commission on 120,000 pesos. worth of sales. So, how does the commission compare with a fixed allowance of 6,000? So, merong fixed allowance na 6,000, i-compare niya doon sa 6% na commission niya sa 120,000. So, what do you think ang answer natin? Uh, Higher ba? Commission is 1,200 lower or 1,200 higher? Or both are equal? So, i-check natin. So the commission is equal to 6% of 120,000, 7,200 yon. Okay, so this is 7,200 pesos minus 6,000, merong difference na 1,2. So ibig sabihin, yung commission na 6% ay mas mataas doon sa fixed allowance na 6,000. So ang sagot natin dito ay letter B. Okay, the commission is 1,200 higher. Number 6, a factory worker may choose between 60 pesos per item produced or a fixed weekly wage of 6,500 pesos. If the worker produces 120 items, which option gives the higher income? A. Piece rate, 7,200 pesos. B. Fixed wage, 6,500. C. Piece rate or 6,000 pesos. Both are equal. So, meron kang fixed weekly wage na 6,500 and then yung 120 items, ita-times natin sa 60. So, check natin. So, yung piece rate income na 60 pesos times 120 items, ang sagot natin ay 7,200. Ang isa naman, naka-fix siya na 6,500. So, tinatanong, which option gives the higher income? Of course, yung piece rate na income, yung 60 times 120. So, and that is 7,200. So, that's why, yung sagot natin sa number 6 is letter A. Number 7, if prices continuously increase while a person income remains unchanged, what generally happens to the person purchasing power? Increases, decreases, it doubles, or it remains exactly the same? O anong mangyayari kung patuloy na tumataas na yung mga bilihin pero yung sweldo mo ay pareho pa din, hindi nag-increase? So anong mangyayari doon sa purchasing power ng mamimili? Okay? It decreases, correct, no? Kasi when prices rise while income stay unchanged, the same income buys fewer goods. So, purchasing power decreases. So, like for example, kung before, nakakabili ka ng 10 tinapay, so siguro, ang mabibili mo na lang mga 3, 5, 6. Okay, so, hindi magbabago yung amount na binili mo, pero mababawasan yung bilang ng item. Okay, yun ang mangyayari doon. Kung sa bigas, nakabili ka dati ng 5 kilo, baka 4 na kilo na lang ang mabibili mo dun sa same amount na pera mo. Kasi pababa. Unless na lang na sumasabay din yung pagtaas ng sweldo sa pagtaas ng mga bilihin. So again ha, the answer is letter B, it decreases. A pair of shoes has marked price of 1,500 pesos and is offered at a 20% discount. What is its discounted price? Okay, 300 pesos, B 1,100, C 1,200, D 1,300. So kung ang original price niya no is 1,500 tapos nag-offered siya ng 20% discount. So magkano na lang yung presyo ng pair of shoes? So ang unang gagawin nyo, itong gagawin nyo dyan, i-multiply muna, no? Si 1,500 sa 20%. Okay, so 300. So, ibig sabihin, makaka-discount ka ng 300 pesos. So, therefore, from 1,500, magkano na lang ang sapatos? 1,200. Next, how much VAT at 12% is added to a taxable base price of 2,500? So letter A, 250, B, 280, C, 300 pesos, D, 2,800. So, anong sagot? So, the correct answer is, what is the answer? O, paano kino-compute? Ta-times mo lang. 25 times 0.12. So, 300. So, ibig sabihin, yung value-added tax na idadagdag doon sa 2,500 is 12% or 0.12 and that is 300. Diba? So, yun yun. So, the answer is letter C. Next, an employee earns 28,000 gross pay and has total deduction of 3,750. What is the net pay? So, kagaya ng nabanggit kanina, dito, madali na lang ang gawin kasi nakatotal na yung deduction. So, what you're going to do is to subtract. So, gross pay minus deduction. So, 28,000 minus 3,750. The answer is 24,250. So, letter A. Next. Store A offers a 25% discount on an 2,000 pesos item. Store B offers a 20% discount followed by another 5% discount on a reduced price, which is cheaper. Yung store A ba o yung store B? So una, anong unang gagawin natin? We will compute, no? Okay, yung store A, 25% ng 2,000 ay 1,500. Okay, so bakit 0.75 ang ginamit natin? So yan na lang yung magiging price, no? Yung discounted price. 1,500 na lang. From 2,000, magiging 1,500 na lang, no? Ang offer ng store A. Sa store B naman, from 2,000, kasi ang gagawin nyo dyan, kasi itong solution natin, class, yan at yan para directly makukuha nyo yung sagot. Kasi kung ang gagawin nyo, 2,000 times 0.25. So, ang sagot nun, 500, di ba? So, parehas lang din. So, 2,000 minus 500, 1,500. So, dito, sa store B naman, kapag kinumpute natin 2,000 times 0.20 times 0.05, okay, meron kang, wait, sa 2,000 times 0.20, ang sagot doon ay 400, tama? Okay, so magiging 1,600 na lang yon. 1,600, wait. So 1,600 times 0.05, okay, that will be, so 480, no? So 480, so 2,000, 1,520. So letter A, letter A yung cheaper. So 1,500 kahit na dalawang beses ka binigyan ng discount sa store B, so mas cheaper pa rin ang store A. So letter A yung sagot. Store A at 1,500 pesos. Number 12. A product costs 600 pesos to produce and is sold for 750 pesos. So what is the profit and profit percentage based on cost? So yung profit, di ba, minus lang. So 750 minus 600, the answer is 150. Yung profit percentage naman based on cost, 150 divided by 600. Okay, 150 divided 600 times 100, that is 25%. So the answer is letter B. So 150 and 25%. What is the next term of Fibonacci sequence? 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. So alam naman natin yung Fibonacci sequence, no? Ina-add yung previous two terms. So 13 plus 21 is 34. So i-add lang natin yung last two terms para makuha yung next term kapag Fibonacci sequence. That's why the answer is 34. Next, which statement correctly describes arithmetic and geometric sequences? A. Arithmetic sequence uses a common ratio. B. Geometric sequence use a common difference. Letter C. Arithmetic sequences have a common difference, while geometric sequences have a common ratio. And D. Both always have a common difference. So, kitang-kita natin, no? Ang correct answer is letter C. So, dapat alam natin na ang arithmetic sequence ay merong common difference. Ang geometric sequence naman ay merong common ratio. So, letter C. What is the common difference of the sequence? So, minus lang. 15 minus 9, the answer is 6. No? Ito lang, ma-minus lang natin. If you want to check kung tama yung common difference mo, i-minus mo yung 21 sa 15. Yung 27 sa 21. So the answer is letter C. Which explicit formula represent the arithmetic sequence na kapag sinubstitute mo yung 1, 2, 3, 4 sa n, dapat ang lalabas na sagot ay 5, 9, 13, 17. So i-check natin yung letter A. So, kung first term ay ang n natin is 1, tama? First term. So, 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5. Okay, correct. Sa second term, ang n natin ay magiging 2. 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Tama. Sa third term, ang n natin ay 3. 4 times 3, 12 plus 1, 13. Tama din. So, parang nakikita na natin ang sagot ng letter A. So, letter A ang sagot, class. Or you can use this one, no? Where the formula is A sub n is equal to A sub 1 plus n minus 1. So, where D is equal to 5 plus 4n minus 4 or 4n plus 1. O, bakit hindi letter B? Kasi kapag sinubstitute natin yung 1, first term, n is 1. 5 times 1, 5. Minus 1, 4. If 5 ang nakalagay dito. So, letter A ang sagot. 17. A geometric sequence begin with 2. If its common ratio changes from 2 to 4, so ibig sabihin, sa first and second term, ang common ratio nila ay 2. Doon naman sa second and third, ang common ratio nila ay 4. Tama? So, if its common ratio changes from 2 to 4, how does it third change? So, kung 2 times 2, that is 4. Tapos, 4 times 4, that will be 16, no? Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. Ne, una muna pala, mag-times 2 ka ulit. So, 4 times 2 is 8. Tapos, 8 times 4, 32. Okay, kasi uh, parang alternate. Times from 2 to 4. Okay? So, the answer is 32. So, with a ratio of 2, the third term is 2 times 2 squared kasi ang multiply natin sa 2, di ba? So, the answer is 8. Yung isa naman, 2, we simply multiply pa rin sa 2. But that we have 4. 4 squared is 16 times 2. The answer is 32. So, the answer, class, letter B, ha? Letter B. Next. Compare 5, 9, 13, 17, 21 and 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. So, which statement is correct? Letter A, both are arithmetic. B, both are geometric. C, the first grows by a common difference, the second by a common ratio. D, the first is geometric and the second is arithmetic. So, what is the answer? So, ito ay may common difference, tama? Geometric. Okay, may common difference. Ito naman, may common ratio kasi 10 divide 5, 2. 20 divide 10, 2. So, the correct answer is letter C. Letter C. Number 19. Which correctly distinguish a sequence from a series? So, alam natin yung series is a sum. Dapat. So, a sequence is a sum, a series is a list. Wrong na agad. Okay, hindi sum ang sequence. A sequence is an ordered list of terms. A series is the sum of terms. So, dito na agad, kuha na natin. A sequence is always finite. Wrong. A series cannot contain fraction. Wrong din. So, letter B ang sagot. Next, what is the arithmetic series associated with the sequence for 7, 10, 13, 16? So from the question number 19, na ang arithmetic series is a sum, so alin dito? O, kitang-kita natin, yung A hindi, no? Naka-list down lang siya. Yung B may addition, so ito na. Kasi yung letter C multiplication naman, letter D hindi. So letter V is the answer.